with Teachers Park. We're hanging with Teachers Park. Traveling in the sun, having lots of fun, showing people things that say can't be done. We're hanging with Teachers Park. We're hanging with Teachers Park.
Hi everybody.
What's up?
Today we're going to have a little discussion on something Spark asked me about earlier, which was magnetic motors. People have been playing around with it, and anyway, yeah, Spark's holding on to one that I created a long time ago for a research test batch, just to play around with the idea and see what it would take to make it work. How's it work?
Yeah, how's this work?
How does it work? Well,
Does this thing have a name?
A magnetic motor, magnetic field drive motor, I guess. A magnetic drive motor would be a good name for it, I suppose. Yeah. What he's doing, the reason you're hearing that cogging is because it's not perfect. You've got spring points here, so you can see where like this, so if you can see where it catches. And then you got a friction point here. These are, I call them cogs in the wheel or reverse polarity zones. When you're trying to get this to work, the idea is that you want this thing to be in a position where there is no rest point for that magnetic field anywhere within that circle. So like right here where I go from here to here, and then it spins free around, there's no resistance there. There's pull all the way around it, but it comes to an end.
Right.
So that's kind of a slingshot thing, and then you're hoping to overcome it with a snap at the other end. But the reality of what really needs to be done is not in the snap, but it's in the energy field itself and the way it's made, like the Fibonacci sequence.
Okay.
Or the flower of life, right? Okay.
Seed of life.
Yeah, that thing. Exactly, the seed of life. I got a picture over here on my phone I can show everybody real quick. But yeah, this is a nice colorful image of the darn thing. This is what it looks like here. You guys can see it in the camera there. There you go. People can see it. Thank you. And there's a mathematical equation to it.
For a toroid field?
Yeah, the toroid field, which is V equals 2 pi R big R little star squared. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Anyway, that's the mathematical equation for the torus, which emulates the flower of life as the magnetic field representation of the structure of the field, which is basically all life generates from this type of a mathematical equation. It self-multiplies. It's how things replicate.
Everything is math.
Right.
Music is math.
Right, yeah. It's all numbers and vibration, as Nikola Tesla put it. We're not worthy.
Orange.
It's all about vibration.
Orange.
Here's the Fibonacci sequence, and I can hold it up there so people can see it. Am I good there?
Perfect. Yep.
Right, and then that way. Okay. Anyway, the idea is that you're getting this thing. Okay, that's a good picture. I'm going to show you this one just because it looks cool. Okay, there you go. That one there.
Yep.
Okay.
So what you're saying is pattern matters for a design like this to completely function.
Right.
Perfectly
Other people have done designs of it, and some of them have made it work, as far as I can tell.
Nice. That's inspiring.
Yeah, this one here is kind of cool. This is this theoretically, the way it's drawn should work. You've got the south corner on an offset where the magnet's sitting, and it's shielded in a box. So there's just certain points where the magnetic field can come out. It's drawn as a representation of how it worked. But make it actually work is tricky because you've got all these dead points. I mean, everywhere you...
Here, let's sketch it out. Let's sketch out some ideas of how the invisible magnetic fields work.
Like that, so you can see it. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I wanted to show you guys some of the ones that people have made, though, already, real quick, and then I'll be a little bit. This is one here. And yeah, here's another one. Okay. Actually, the one before it, this one right here. This one I believe is Marconi. Is the one that designed this thing. I've seen demonstrations of it, and everybody standing around says it does work. There's a mathematical sequence using the Fibonacci and the Flower of Life numbering system, the rodent coil, which I don't have a video of right now, but
we'll insert it right here.
Rodin will, okay, we'll put it right there. Then we fix that.
The rodent coil.
The rodent coil. It's basically a wheel where the energy field follows the lines of force in a toroid, but the wires are actually wound that way. In the configuration of the sequence, which is 1 through 7, and then it repeats itself, which is the sequence, the Fibonacci kind of design of the sequence as well. Is it repeats, it's a repeating energy field that has a gain on the output. The way these things are set up is you've got we'll draw a magnet here, a little hole in the middle of it. This would be the North Pole, this would be the South Pole. The energy comes out of the south and comes in the north. Does the same thing on the other spectrum there. So the arrows are pointing in the direction in which it flows, right? Like this. And these are going in the same way.
And what are those lines called?
The Gauss, or the lines of force.
Okay,
lines of
Gauss.
force is what they're called. Now you put another magnet in front of them to understand the opposition. Okay, so we do another one with a hole in here, and you got a north facing there and a south here. So now the energy is going like this, and it's facing it's facing towards each other. So they oppose each other. They're forcing against each other.
You feel that invisible ball in between the magnets.
Right. If you ever push magnets around on a table, yeah, it's like, you know, there you go. But if you do it the other direction, so it's north and south in the same, so the fields are going like this, and they're going the same direction. They're going this way. So they're coming out the same direction. So what happens is they become one unit.
Ah, look at that.
Right. And they draw together.
Cool.
So they're all going in the same direction. Push me, pull you thing, kind of, sort of, yeah. Anyway, we're playing around with those different configurations on these wheels, like the one you see right here. Can you see it from there?
Yep.
Okay.
Here, I can hold it there.
And there you guys a good representation. See, here's where the red stripe is, or pink stripe is the negative North Pole, and the back side of it would be the south. So they're opposing, but I got them drawn together facing the other way on the other side. So they're opposing here, and then we come around to this, and they start pulling to the back. Yeah, I did a couple other things, but just to see how it worked, you have to overcome this field, but as soon as you get to a certain point,
it snaps.
Right.
Forward. Right there.
Yeah, that's a strong one right there, yeah. But you got to get rid of these things, all these little dead points that you see in here. And that's my challenge to everybody that's watching this. If you want to see this happen, this is possible, okay? People are making this happen. It's a mathematical equation of finding a way to make that wheel in the center have no rest point when it slides inside the magnetic field of the outer rings. If we can do that and make that happen, then we get to make a shift in the way everything is done. We get to live the Star Trek world lifestyle.
It'll be a renaissance.
You know,
futuristic renaissance.
It's a motor that never ends. You put a magnetic field generator on the end of this shaft, this thing spinning, it produces electricity 24 hours a day, nonstop, like a solar panel in full sun. It just produces power. It may not, on a small scale like this, it may not produce a lot. But if you're collecting it all day and all night, you don't have a light running all the time. So you're always gaining energy. A larger scale version of one of these, you put it in a helicopter, and the helicopter never has to land. A larger scale yet of one of these, or a bunch of them, and you have Cloud City from Star Wars. That becomes a reality.
Wow.
This is the world that we get to build, but we have to get off of the thinking that this can't be done. This stuff is real. These magnets do what they do. I mean, You know?
Oh yeah. What type of magnets are we using in this experiment?
These are
each one of these squares.
Here a second.
Yeah.
These little monsters here. I'll get one.
Get one.
This is hard to do. Okay. We'll put that there.
There you go.
All right.
Safe place for it.
This is a little 27-pound neodymium magnet. It's an N57, I believe, is the Gauss rating on it. You can see them there. Yeah, very powerful little magnets.
Yes.
The more Gauss you have.
Look, I'll pick up this whole thing with one magnet. There.
Yeah.
Just give you an idea.
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
Oh.
Anyway, the reason for this is that we need to make this happen if we're going to get out of fossil fuels. Eventually, this is going to happen. This technology has been suppressed and so on. But right now, I'm just calling everybody and saying, hey,
let's figure this out.
I'm not trying to make money with this. I just want to get off of fossil fuels and move into the Jetsons and leave the Flintstones behind. So help us work this out. If you guys are mathematicians and know how to do these sequences or want to play around with the idea, cool.
Share with us.
Yeah, Teach and Spark.
Would love to hear from you.
On Facebook, or you can get a hold of me at Zynoc.com, CYNOC.
Or check us out at ZSR Solar.
ZSR Solar, yep. And yeah, let's make this happen. Let's build our future, because we really don't have to be suffering under the mindset of we don't have enough when we can have abundance. So, anyway, this is Teach.
This is Spark.
You guys have a great time inventing, and get a hold of us, please.
Share with us what you have, and yeah,
what happens. Let's make this work. Peace out.
Better.
Så you've seen lots of sharing it. Nerfed. Så att de har rätt frågan med. Nej, det var så här. Jag tror jag,